welcome. Welcome back to Romania. It's your second time. First time at the castle, first time at the electric castle, first time in Transylvania. Okay, I will just give her the microphone. Please shoot your questions. We have 10-15 minutes, but I know you have lots of questions. Thanks a lot.
Oh my God, did you wait for me? You waited for me. I'm so excited. Hello, Romania. Shoot, whatever. Questions? They don't wait for me. I like that. The Live a Life Golden album was received during 3 months, 4-month period when I got signed in America 2 years ago. Ever since I've been constantly on the road. The album was released a little bit shoof shoof. I am actually, when I look back on it now, I actually feel kind of happy how the album landed. I know the vision people had about the Elliphant, like being with Dr. Luke and becoming like a big major pop star. I'm actually kind of happy that it fell out the way it did, because during this couple of years of time since I recorded that album, I have realized who I want to be as a musician and who I am, and I am not really in contact with that album. So I'm actually just very happy that it's out, and I love it and I have so much love for it, but it's not like it's a story of its own. And yes, I'm working on new material.
We have to share that. You've just launched your new album. How is it going? You've been touring, you've been present in so many festivals and countries lately. What's new with this new release that you've made this year? It was postponed last year, right? It was announced to be available last year in August, and you postponed it for March.
That's record label complications. Actually, to be an artist in my position nowadays, not like putting yourself in the arms of big branding or big songwriters, trying to work on your own and work with your own blood, it's kind of a hard journey to do. And I think people got cold feet. They thought they were gonna make it a better kind of release by pushing it. And also what they had to do was pushing me out to do tours. I've been touring almost 150 shows a year since this happened. This year even more. It's been a crazy touring for me. And even if my first album was never released in the world, most of my songs still in my set is songs from that. Like from that energy and that vibe of what I was then. So
what market do you feel more comfortable with? I mean, working with guys like Skrillex and Diplo, I mean, it opened America for you, let's say like that. Because of you, of course, and your talent. But where do you feel more comfortable to be on the stage? Because you've been traveling so much, you've been doing your shows in Pakistani, but also in bigger city and even more exotic places, and even in Transylvania at a castle. Where do you feel more comfortable and more connected with the public?
That's also a reason why I'm still very excited and happy over my position in music industry. I spread my seed. I've been like a little puppy pissing all over the place. I still haven't really figured out what kind of genre of music I want to do or where I want to go. I've been making music for 5 years now, and that's the only music I have in my life. I started making music 5 years ago. It would have been a hypocrite. I would have been a hypocrite becoming only, dubstep or only EDM. Or for me, I'm all over the place. I'm constantly exploring. I'm working with everybody. I'm pushing myself out there with everybody, from like try to do things with Massive Attack to doing things with like Swedish, very new people that just just popped the production circle. Like for me, I don't look at I'm still a person. I'm a musician in the spotlight in process. So I'm just really want to take in and learn from everything I do. I think the collection of songs that was put on Live Life Golden was in the same big bucket of music before. I just decided to take these songs out for this EP, this song's out for this EP, this song's out for the album, but everything was made doing the same kind of pop. There is no I don't have a genre. I make provocative pop music, and that's not in the sense that I want to say fuck off to the world. I actually do it because I want to represent a changeable personality, a person that can change, because really that's what life is made of. It's made of change, and humans hate change, and I want to be provocative against that. So.
Okay, dacă aveți întrebări, questions.
So you said your life was pretty busy and crazy in the past 2 years. I want to know what was the most difficult moment in this period of time?
The most difficult moment of this is has been touring. Definitely, it has that, it's like 16, 20, 24 hours of a lot of stress and a loneliness, and you are if in my level of things, you don't have friends with you, you don't have anyone. You created a crew. Hopefully I created a crew that I like, but it's still everybody around me are working like that. The fact that you realize that I'm here almost like a clown doing this work, and people around me are working with me, and you're always on tour, and you're always finding yourself up there, and you have 40 minutes, 55 minutes, an hour to prove yourself with all this. It's a very complex lifestyle. It's a very complex way of proving yourself, actually. And it's in all these messy situations also. Like, it's hard to put a finger on what you're actually doing, And that's, for me, that's the biggest challenge. Because it's really hard to grip why this is important, Sometimes I feel it is, because some people, I know I did something wrong and I did something right, and I did represent a person that's not really supposed to be here, and I know I can be a big inspiration for a lot of people. I get a lot back, but it's also hard to put a finger on why you're doing this, and also the struggle with branding has been a big problem for me, because I am a very nature-aware person, and I would never want to do merch in China. I would never want to do collaboration with Nike, and I don't want to make a tour with Samsung. So in music industry right now, that's like, if you don't want to do that, okay, sorry, have a good life, because there's no money in the music industry. So struggling to just keep real, and how hard it is, and how many people you see falling around you for this thing, and I don't know, that it is kind of hard. It's hard to understand, because I'm an artist. I'm not a musician. I'm an artist. I do art, and I feel like this position has given me the first time opportunity to gain some money for my art, but it hasn't given me the feeling that I made something that is important to the world and it's going to change anything. That's my problem. It's a conflict. That's why I drink too much.
Well, have a beer. I had a question. Okay.
Thank you. Almost every article about you starts with Dr. Luke and Skrillex and Diplo, and I think that this happens a lot with female artists, that it's almost like their own merits are not recognized properly. Why do you think this happens almost always with female artists and not male artists?
That's tough.
I think it's very natural. It's a very natural thing, because we are just on the generation where women starting taking powers. Obviously, we have something. When you look back on artists like Prince and Beatles and Elvis Presley, and it's hard for us to hold on the same way to the female artists that's been there, because they have been a minority, but we're building up now, and in the future it's not going to be like that. It's going to be In my situation, it would have been like, Ellie, how did you feel working with this amazing girl, fucking Little Jinder, whatever, like producer that's in the future gonna be an amazing producer, probably. The only reason why it's like this, why there is too much, in my situation, why there is so many male names, is because these male names have brought me up. Skrillex called me one night, and he called me actually one early morning when I was trashed out on the bed, and he was picking me up when I had a couple of thousand views on SoundCloud. He brought me up and he introduced me to the world, and Diplo tweeted me, and Dr. Luke finally signed me to an amazing experience. This is my first position. For me, it's hard to compare me as an artist to many other artists, because I was a 26-year-old woman who traveled the world. I had business going in Sweden. I was a waitress. I was running my own thing. I had my own thing. When I was rolling around in the damn crowd, I just did it one day, and they just liked it, and I was signing those papers because I had a new experience in my life. It's different. These kind of questions, when it comes to like being a victim as a woman in the music industry, you should talk to girls that take songs from big names like Dr. Luke and Max Martin and these people, because they never write my songs. I never had anything to do with being pushed down by this industry. But it's true and it's real. And if I was a singer from when I was 11, I could have been a victim now. But I was a singer when I was 26, so lucky girl.